So I made a special scorecard that will tell you exactly where you're at in your dating life so you can audit where you should be with your dating life as a man. So if you want to find a girlfriend, then watch this video. It's for my free course. You can download it in the description. Also, the scorecard is going to be in the description as well. I just want to preface this. That's why I'm talking like it's in a course, because it's part of a bigger course. So enjoy. Man, so this is a very special video that I'm excited to bring to you. So this is what I've worked very, very hard on, spent a very long time working on this. It's the custom action plan. This is designed to get you, no matter where you're at, to 2 to 3 dates per week if you follow it. And why am I giving it away for free? Well, it's because information is not what you're lacking. 90% of the time, the clients that come to me that want to work with me, and that's how I make money, is they want the implementation. They want help. They want accountability, because it is not as easy as just going out and doing this. But if you are one of those guys that can go out and do it, then this will help you. And if you're a guy that doesn't need help yet, but you might in the future, my goal is to get you to the point where you do need help eventually so you can pay me money. This is purely selfish. I'm not trying to hide anything, but I want to give you all of this value for free. So let's hop back in the slideshow. So first, I want you to pause the video and I want you to audit yourself with this scorecard. So down below, there's a link to this scorecard. Okay. And you're going to need to make a copy of it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. Okay. So to understand yourself, you need to know the numbers and where you're at, because if you feel like your dating life's okay, but it's actually like chode or beginner level, then that's a problem. Okay. Now, when you go through and fill this out, you'll notice that there are 5 different levels. There is chode, which is like very beginner. Then there's beginner, intermediate, advanced, and Casanova, which is like you're a massive player. If you're Casanova level on this stuff, like you're fucking chilling, man. You're chilling. You don't need this guide. You should actually DM me on Instagram, because I think I have some events that I think you'd really love to come to. All right. So there are 5 levels. The first level, I want you to fill out the full scorecard. Okay. The first level that is either red or orange, that is your first bottleneck. So if you're intermediate with opportunities, then you don't need to fix that yet, unless you're intermediate on everything. If you're a beginner on approaches per day, that's the thing that you should work on. Or if you're a beginner on opportunities per day, then that's the thing you need to work on first. Okay. So let's go over here. So this is what it looks like. All right. All you're going to do. Okay. I know that this is not the most, some people might not be the most technically savvy. Okay. And you're gonna have to figure out how to do this. I think it's pretty easy on mobile, but just look up how to make a copy of a document. All right. You're just going to come here. You're going to do File, Make a Copy. Okay. And now it will be called Copy of Fearless Approach Blueprint Personal Scorecard. And now you'll be able to edit. All right. Don't mess with anything. There's no crazy formulas in here or anything, but don't mess with the formatting. The formatting will make it all pretty and give it all the colors. So with that being said, now that you know what to do, pause the video and I'll see you on the other side. Okay. To be clear, opportunities per day is how many women do you see where you could approach them per day? It doesn't have to be like super hot women. It doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to be like women that you're attracted to that you would approach. And then obviously approaches per day is how many approaches, dates this week. It's dates, right? Dates this month. It's this month and then this year. These ones here are just to give you an idea of where you're at for the year, because that's really what matters. A lot of my clients see, if you're looking for an ideal partner, a lot of my clients see getting a girlfriend after 30 to 50 first dates, and that's just how it goes. So sometimes it can take a long time, and you want to be able to max out, especially if you're a guy that's trying to start a family, you're trying to actually like reach some certain goals with your life and with your relationships, then it's probably something you're gonna need to work on and really focus on. So let's get into the section where I'm going to give you actions for each level. So if you're a chode at opportunities, I'm going to show you what to do. If you're a beginner at opportunities, I'm going to show you what to do. If you're a beginner at dates this week, then I will show you what to do. So without further ado, let's jump into it. You are in chode tier for opportunities. Don't worry. Every guy I know that gets good with women has had a chode phase. All right. So it's totally fine. Even I had one. It was pretty bad. It was pretty brutal. You can find old pictures of me online. I think I used some throughout these slides, but you either barely leave the house if you're in chode tier for opportunities, or you're blind. Okay, you're like, if you know who this guy is, Illidan Stormrage from from Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft. He's blind. If that wasn't obvious by the giant blindfold I said, and you're probably blind, or you're not looking hard enough, or you're making excuses, which I actually just covered. You're making excuses for why they aren't opportunities. She has headphones on. She has blah, 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 right? You're making excuses. So one thing you can do now is, now that you realize maybe, oh shit, like that girl having headphones on wasn't an excuse. That girl being busy or looking busy, that was an excuse. Like, I probably should have just ignored that and just approached anyway. That's an opportunity. Now that you have that, you can crush those excuses, go back and rescore yourself and see if that changes things. But the action that I want you to take, if you are a chode with opportunities, is I want you to leave the house and go somewhere in public minimum once per day. And I don't care if this means you lose sleep. I don't care if this means that you have to go out of your comfort zone. Doesn't matter. Okay. Do it once per day and go to a bar or a club at least once per week. Even if you're standing in the corner like a loser, holding a drink, shitting your pants because you hate loud music and you're intimidated, go do it. And then also, final thing is, say yes to everything. One of the biggest improvement that I made in my life when I was really down bad, when I was in really dark places, was I started saying yes to stuff. I would get invited to things and I'd be like, fuck, like that's not my scene, that's not my vibe, but fuck it, I'm going to go anyway. That's scary, but I'm going to go anyway. And that was very, very powerful for me. Okay. Saying yes to everything always works out, almost always. When you're starting to get some success, saying yes is way more powerful than saying no. And then once you start getting some more abundance, then maybe you have to say no more. But you're not in that phase if you're here. Okay. If you're a beginner for opportunities, then it's the same thing as chode. All right. But you're probably just not opening your eyes enough. It's probably more of an excuse thing. So every time you leave the house from now on, I want you to look out for opportunities to meet women and cool people. You also might be going to shitty places. So I like to go do my work at hotel lobbies, and this is going to be also in the intermediate action as well. But this is me working at a hotel lobby. I like going to cool places. Take the same actions as the chode guy and make sure you say yes to everything. Okay. For beginners, I would also, to bring up your average of opportunities per day, I would start going to the bar or the club 2 nights a week. Okay. And if these numbers sound high to you, listen, man, if you're serious about success with women, and I know you are because you're watching a course, don't cope and be like, well, it's not that important. Well, it's not that big of a deal. It clearly bothers you because it bothered me. Okay. If it really bothers you, then it's worth it to go out twice a week. I was going out 3 to 4 nights a week at the height of my growth when I was getting better with women. 3 to 4 nights a week for over a year, like fucking grinding every week just to try to get better at talking to women, socializing, getting to know people, getting laid. Like, I was having fun while I was doing it, right? But I was getting better. And that was like the most important thing. All right. If you're an intermediate, you probably aren't optimizing your lifestyle enough. So you're not doing things like going to cool hotels or going to cool places, and you're not hanging out in higher status places. So get work done in hotel lobbies, go to coffee shops, the library, bookstores. Libraries by a college campus, are a great place to meet girls. Great place. And then I also want you to bump up how often you go out. So if you're already going out once a week, go out twice a week. If you're going out twice a week, try going out 3 times a week. Like, make it happen. Thursday, Friday, Saturday are usually pretty safe bets in most towns. Okay. There's going to be one bar that's popping. Everyone loves to party. That's how it is. Now, you should stay sober. You should be sober and just focused on like getting better with women, breaking out of your comfort zone, doing things like that. That's very important. But it's very important that you crank up the numbers. I don't think guys understand volume. Guys don't understand the work that I've put in, the work that my clients have put in to get better with women. Like, it's not something you just change overnight. And I don't know if it's because Disney movies teach us that we should just fall in love randomly, but that's just not how it works. All right. If you're advanced, congratulations. All right. So you're probably at a point where you need to network yourself in higher level parties, venues, and meet the right people. Okay. So this won't get covered in the training. DM me on Instagram if you want help getting access to more quantity of quality women. Okay. Like I can tell you a lot of strategies, like my coaching program, I can tell you strategies that are more advanced. Same thing with any of this. If you want to learn faster, if you want to cut out the learning curve and learn this stuff in less than 3 to 6 months, then, unless you're Superman, you're probably not going to learn this faster than a year. Like you're probably not going to get to 2 to 3 dates a week in less than a year. And that's if you're grinding through trial and error on your own. And so if you value your time, then I would highly suggest getting a mentor. I'm not going to pitch it much more. There's a few other slides where I bring up my coaching, but yeah, if you're looking for tips on how to get like fucking at parties and bikini shows and shit, like this is Wet Republic in Vegas, I think. I'm not sure. Michael Sartain's party. Like if you want stuff like that, then this training's not for you. You don't, you got to crush the approach anxiety first. All right. If you're Casanova, I see you, bro. All right. So you don't need this course. Like I said, you're chilling. If you want to come to some of my private events in Nashville with lots of girls and high level men, message me on Instagram. It's Timbersy04. All right. Okay. So approaching, if your bottleneck is approaching, okay, then you need, if you're not making approaches, this is the place you need to focus. All right. Start talking to everyone. Men, women, old ladies, ugly women, hot women. Doesn't matter. Literally everybody. All right. You're way too in your head and you need to push into the pressure that comes with meeting someone new. You need to be helping an old lady across the street. All right. You need to be doing anything, man. If you need to walk to class and compliment 30 people every day on your walk to class for 3 to 6 months, do it. Like this might be something you have to do for like, maybe not 3 to 6 months, maybe like a week, 2 weeks. Right. And you'll start to notice some momentum from that, but you need to do quantity for a consistently long amount of time. All right. So here are some tips on how to take action, how to give yourself the green light. That was my creative image that I used for this. Start with smiling, then wave, then say hi. So everywhere you're walking, start by smiling at everyone. Start by making eye contact, then move it up to waving, then start by saying hi to everyone you pass. And work your way up until you can start asking questions to people, ask for directions. This is a skill that can be worked. This is actually a skill you can work on while you're at work too. So don't let yourself stay stuck here for too long. All right. This is very important. Your first action might take years. All right. But the next action can take minutes. And the next one after that can take seconds. All right. So you don't need to wait a super long time. Just go take some action, go meet some people, start. All right. That's the most important thing here. If you're approaching as a beginner, you're not a chote, but it's still holding you back. So here's what I want you to do. Make challenges for yourself every time you go somewhere. So one example that I used to use is like, I can't leave Target. I can't leave the store until I make an approach. And even if that's approaching an employee and asking a funny question or whatever, be like, hey bro, you been in the gym? Damn dude, you're fucking jacked. Like if it has to be something like that, I don't care. I have to make an approach. I have to start some sort of conversation. I'm going to make that a fun challenge for myself. And these challenges will actually make it more fun. They'll take the pressure off. You'll lean into the pressure and it'll be more exciting than scary. And it'll kind of gamify the experience. All right. If you're an intermediate at approaching, then you're approaching somewhat consistently and you need to take things to the next level. So you're going to want to start to go out to more places where you can get a high level of volume. This means bars, clubs, lounges, and never leave an opportunity on the table. This means you have to start crushing those excuses. Like if she has headphones on, you have to approach. If she has fucking sunglasses on, she looks like a bitch, you have to approach, right? If she looks mean, if she looks rude, you have to approach, all right? She looks like she's in a bad mood. Fuck it, dude, you have to approach, all right? Now, a lot of times, and like I was saying, a lot of the opportunities can be covered up by excuses. So if you have no other bottlenecks, just rewatch the other excuses training. And that's where I'll shatter your excuses live in the training so you can start approaching and get that girl with headphones at the gym, right? So if you're advanced in approaching, you're making 8 to 9 approaches a day on average. So you're crushing it, all right? The next step for you is going to be to set up your life in a way where women come to you. And you're going to need to start thinking about building a brand on Instagram specifically for dating, start getting on dating apps, start networking into higher status parties. This won't be covered in this training, but that's kind of what you're going to want to need to do. So if you want help with that, you can DM me on Instagram. If you want help getting girls to come to you on autopilot, all right? If you're Casanova, again, I see you. You don't need the course. Get out of here. I don't know why you're still watching. Maybe just entertainment. But you should message me because I have some events that I think you would really, really like here in Nashville. All right. Dating for chodes. Getting dates for chodes. All right. If you're here and this is your first bottleneck, then you are somehow intermediate with approaches. You're intermediate with opportunities and approaches, and you're just getting flaked on, to be quite frank. So what I want you to do is stop watching this video because this is all about taking action. And I want you to watch how to approach later in the course and take action on that immediately, because nothing you're doing in your approach is working out, right? It's almost never texting. That's why I don't talk about texting, because that, contrary to popular belief, texting doesn't do anything. Texting doesn't really do much in your interactions, right? Now, if you're getting one date per week and you're a beginner, then you're probably getting kind of one date per week, but it's like flaky. And so you're at least doing something right and something's working, but you're probably doing something wrong in your approach or when you're texting. And like I said, it's usually never texting. This one's honestly hard to tell because I can't really tell exactly what you need to fix without knowing your exact situation. Here's what I would do without knowing your exact situation. You'll need to write out your current process and start testing new things. So you only actually know what you're doing wrong if you do the same thing every time. All right. So like my client Tanner here, like he does the same thing every time. He will let you test new tactics and testing. That's the only way you can do this, by figuring it out on your own. Like if you have a mentor to like help you, then cool. But if you don't have that, then you're going to need to test, and that's just how it goes. So if you want to save time on this, DM me on Instagram. If you want help setting up your ideal dating life game plan and you want help from a mentor that has helped other men in your exact position get on 2 to 3 dates per week in less than 90 days before, then that's what you want to do. All right. If you're getting dates as an intermediate, you're getting 1 to 2 dates. All right. So this means some girls vibe with you, but you're screwing it up with girls that are on the fence. And this is where getting advanced comes in. All right. So you got to be a better leader. 90% of the time, you're not leading enough, and you need to be less needy, probably over text. All right. And I know this sounds like a little bit of vague advice. Focus on having fun with the girl rather than trying to get her on the date. And then you can lead towards the date, assuming she'll follow. So as an intermediate, you want to cut out a lot of the fluff that got you here. So a lot of the bullshit, right? And just be more natural. You're good with women now. Okay, start acting like it. And that's very important. And this is an example from Tinder that I've had recently. So I just say as an opener, you seem fun in a crazy way. She's like, why, thank you. I like to have a good time. I'm like, perfect. We should get along then. See how there's like no fluff here. You know, what are your views on drinks with charming men? She says, I think it can be fun. Let's make it happen. Then you have IG, and then she gives me your IG. Okay, that is the process. That is a very consistent process. And I'm very no fluff now with my game. And that's how you can advance from intermediate to more advanced. For advanced guys, if you're already getting 3 dates a week, then you need to optimize your status and life setup. So this means dating apps, high level IG content. You probably want to get hotter girls, not more girls. All right. And generally just setting up your life so women come to you. So again, this will not be covered in the training, but DM me on Instagram if you want help with that. Now, if you're a Casanova, again, I see you, bro. You're still here. I don't know what you're doing, but you want to come to some of my events. So DM me on Instagram, Timber04. All right. Now, if you can't make progress on this alone, because you have everything you need. You have the entire process. Trying to act on this and you can't seem to make it work. Don't worry. I totally understand that. I understand that feeling. And I probably wouldn't be able to do this on my own either. That's why I had a mentor, right? That's why I took years and years and years to work on this. Years of experience working with over 100 men across the world. You're probably missing a few key systems to make sure you get results. So you need tribe accountability. So you need guys around you that are down to talk to girls, that want to talk to girls, where it's normal for them to approach girls. If you have that in person, awesome. If not, find a community online. 2, proven systems. You need to do the same thing every single time when you communicate. It needs to be tested by multiple people so you know it's not just you. It's not just variance for you. It's something that works. And you need a rapid feedback loop. So you need someone telling you what you could do better consistently. Like, hey, I did this. What did I do wrong? You did that wrong. Cool. And then you fix it immediately. That's how you get good really fast. That's why my clients get on dates regularly within a month of working with me, because they listen to my feedback. I've had clients that haven't listened to my feedback and they haven't gotten results. Crazy how that works. I know. That's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how to actually approach. I know I'm going above and beyond here. I really want you to get results, man. I really do. So go into the next video, watch how to approach, and I'm going to give you my very basic, very simple step-by-step structure for approaching and getting girls' numbers.